Secret missions, big names, changes in the details, and a possible bombshell from Manchester City. The question that everyone wants to know is, who will wear the blue jersey in the new era under David Moyes? Stay until the end because the information that is coming out behind the scenes will surprise you. And of course, like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything from our Everton. David Moyes didn't go to the Club World Cup just to enjoy the sun, no. The man was on a mission. And it seems he didn't come back empty-handed, you know? After closely observing the performance of Wesley França from Flamengo, now the name that is strongly appearing on Everton's radar is that of Colombian Richard Rios from Palmeiras. Rios was one of the highlights of the tournament with a decisive performance and has once again attracted attention on Merseyside, and it's not the first time. Back then, when Sean Dyche was still in charge, Rios's name had already been monitored. Now, with Moyes in charge of the project, interest has been rekindled, and with good reason. The 25-year-old midfielder has been accumulating good performances and statistics that please the new coaching staff. The detail? His contract clause is around $86 million, but Palmeiras has already indicated a positive move to start negotiations in the region of $26 million. The problem is that Everton is not the only interested party. Tottenham and Nottingham Forest are also keeping an eye on him. In other words, if you want to secure this gem, you will have to act fast. And there is more. According to data from Squawka, Rios is among the best players in the entire competition. The alert has already been given. While the international news stirs the imagination of the fans, the internal work at Finch Farm also does not stop. And one of the biggest concerns was to keep experienced players in the squad. Seamus Coleman has already had his one-year contract extension confirmed, something that Moyes made a point of prioritizing. But he is not the only name on the table. Michael Keane also appears to have reached a new agreement with the club, although the details have not been officially released. Even so, Everton are not content with just keeping them. They also want to reinforce them. And that is where the name of Jan Bissek, a young defender from Inter Milan, comes in. The competition is fierce, with Premier League clubs eyeing him, but Everton are in the running. The move indicates that even with Keane staying, the defensive sector could be strengthened. The reading is clear. Moyes wants security at the back, and with the stadium change approaching, there is no point in taking unnecessary risks. And a story that seemed to drag on is finally coming to a happy ending. Idrissa Gana Gueye, a key player in the Toffees midfield, has reached an understanding with the club and is expected to sign a new contract at any moment. Gueye wanted stability and, according to sources close to him, he got what he wanted. A deal that could last up to 2 seasons, with a clause to renew until he is 37 years old. Not bad for a player who had been monitored by European clubs, including Paris FC. This permanence gives confidence to the fans, but Everton knows that it cannot stop there. The departure of Orel Mangala at the end of his loan spell left a hole in the sector, and strengthening the midfield is still a priority behind the scenes. Gueye is a solid base, but needs more around him for the team to compete at a high level. What if I told you that Jack Grealish's name has been on Everton's agenda again? Yes, you heard right. With his future at Manchester City uncertain and looking to regain his prominence, the English winger is starting to attract interest from several clubs, and the Toffees are among them. Grealish was left out of City's squad for the Club World Cup and has been taking advantage of the time away from competitions to intensify his physical training. He wants to be 100% for the season, wherever that may be. The curious detail came from an interview with Gabby Agbonlahor, a former player and close friend of Grealish, who hinted that the player could indeed leave City, or even surprise and stay. But with the 2026 World Cup on the horizon, staying on Guardiola's bench may not be the best option. Everton could seize the timing to make a bold move. Grealish wants minutes, he wants visibility, and the Toffees need someone with his quality in the attacking sector. If the parties meet at the right time, it could be one of the most impactful transfers of the window. The transfer window still promises to be very exciting for the Blue fans. Moyes is watching, the Friedkin Group is monitoring every step, and the backstage is on fire. Richard Rios, Jan Bissek, Gueye's permanence, and, who would have thought, even Grealish are on the agenda. Stay tuned to the channel because there's more hot news coming. And if you enjoyed the content, you know what to expect. Like it, Comment below which of these moves you want to see happen and subscribe so you don't miss any updates from our Everton.